What's up, everybody? It's Ox Trades back here with another watch list slash prep for the trading week ahead. Trading week ahead will be February 21st. Oh, sorry, that's today as I'm recording this. But the week ahead will be February 23rd to February 27th, which is the last week of February. And so yeah, let's hop right on into it. First things first, we will head into the economic calendar for the week. So we'll do economic calendar. See what we got going on this week. We got PPI on Friday, and other than that, just some regular stuff. We got consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, 8:30. Got jobless claims, which is every Thursday at 8:30. Factory orders at 10 o'clock, but nothing major until Friday with PPI. And but we did get news about 10 minutes ago that is more important than any of these news, including PPI. Would you look at that? Trump did announce that he will be he will be upping the tariff to 15% from 10%, which just got put in place yesterday. I am assuming that we are going to get some kind of gap down on Monday with these new tariffs. So this chart will be very, very different when the market opens tomorrow night at 6 p.m. But we still got to go over levels anyway. I'm anticipating probably a couple percent gap down for tomorrow's session. But let's hop right on into the chart here. Here we got NQ, got the Nasdaq, and let's go over the Nasdaq. Obviously, I do think that we're going to gap down, so I do not think that we're going to open up in this area right here, which is this key supply. This might go down as a supply rejection here off 25,145, which is that Wednesday high, which was that previous lower high off this previous structure. And yeah, I think that we're going to gap down. Who knows where we gap down to? If we gap down somewhere in the middle of this range, that would kind of suck. But if we gap down from here, say we go down to 2%, that put us at about 24,500, 24,600, somewhere in between there. And that'd be pretty cool. Some pretty nice stuff to work with. Can watch this 675 rejection, the 750 rejection. We can deal with a whole lot there. But just in case the market shrugs off this tariff news, which I don't think it would be, obviously you have support, support, turn resistance. So let's say we don't gap down, we open up flat. If we were to break above, retest, that is the long watch. So long watch for the week ahead is above 25, 140, 25, 150 for longs. And then obviously just a little break. If we hop down to the hourly, we're just kind of stuck in this little range here. I mean, realistically, if we hop onto the daily time frame, we have been chopping around in a range now for 160 days. So the action has not been exactly favorable. It's been fairly choppy. For over 100 days now. But anyways, we break down this 24,750 here. I do think that we end up probably gapping beneath this level, and then for the week ahead, I'd be watching for just a retest for lower high, for lower. Who knows if the market really doesn't like this news, because people, the market did kind of rally on the tariffs being struck down by the Supreme Court. I mean, you can see this 5-minute candle that we had here at 10 a.m. when tariffs got struck down. We had a 180-point 5-minute candle. So obviously the markets liked the tariffs being struck down. But now Trump came out and said 15% global tariffs instead of just the reciprocal tariffs and the fentanyl-related tariffs. So we should see a sizable gap down. Levels to the downside are as follows. We have 24,675, which is that level that I just talked about, which is my key pivot here just to break out of this range, and then we got 24,450, which is your next key demand here, untested wick at a psychological level, and then next really key demand is all the way down at 24,200, 24,150, and then 24,1,000. I don't even have 24,000 marked out yet because we're still 1,000 points away as it stands right now. ES's chart. If we could hop over to the daily time frame, ES has been more choppy than NQ in my opinion. It's been really, really, really just moving sideways since September. Yeah, I'm really like since September, it's been just moving sideways, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And has not really been giving much follow through. You know, we're getting breaker structures to the upside, we're getting breaker structures to the downside, back into range, out of range, back into range. You know, we're forming like ranges inside of a big range. One thing I did forget to go over NQ. If you're wondering why price action has been so bad on NQ, we have had 3 consecutive inside bars from November's monthly candle. We've had 3 consecutive. We got 1, 2, 3 consecutive inside bars. So until either October's high, or sorry, November's high or November's low breaks, I don't think that we get clean, trendy action other than, you know, just intraday moves. But let's hop over back onto ES. Sorry, I forgot that was one of my talking points that I'd written down for NQ. I just forgot about it as I was getting caught up. I mean, look at this 4-hour, man. It's so choppy. But what happened on Friday, kind of the same thing as NQ. We have this previous support, flip to resistance, flip to resistance. So let's say we don't gap down, we get a little pullback, higher low, and we break above. Then that is your upside move on ES for the week ahead. Obviously, this break here of this structure, tested once, tested twice, tested 3 times. That is your short watch. We break below 68.50. Then that is when we can get our downside move back into 67.50 and below. Obviously, we have 6,800 here as well that I should have marked down, but I don't for some reason. But if we break the 67.50, we have a lot of room lower back into this like 6,600 area. Got plenty of room lower if we break below 67.50. So how the market takes this tariff news is going to be very, very, very important. Last 2 names that I want to go over here is silver and gold. Because I do think that silver and gold will catch a bid because of this tariff news. Because people that were ready to put their money back into the dollar and, you know, risk on assets with the removal of tariffs are now going to be right back in on on rallying and putting their money back into precious metals. So I do think silver will catch a bid. Silver over 86 will give us that move back into 92, and I do think that will happen. I do think we'll see a significant gap up on precious metals. And then finally, the last name I'll go over is gold, and it's same thing. Got this resistance, 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 and now we are approaching this level again. So I do think that we'll get the gap above it. The only question is, do we gap and fail, or do we gap and go? And those are 2 scenarios that I see on gold. I do think gold will gap up. I do think indices will gap down. But I just wanted to, you know, give all scenarios on NQ and ES just in case we do get some, you know, action that I'm not expecting. But that is all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoy the watch list. Hope you guys get some valuable information from it. And happy trading. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.